Hey guys, and welcome to a new series I'm starting called Bortz Beats. And in this series, what I'm going to be doing is beating some of these games on the Sega Genesis. I'm going to show you some video, some gameplay footage, some tips, tricks, pointers, and walkthroughs of how you can beat some of these games too. The game we're going to beat today is called Ranger X on the Sega Genesis. Let's beat this thing. Alright guys, let's get this game started. Like I said, Ranger X here. I'm not the best at playing this game, but yeah, I beat it on the normal difficulty, so that's what we're going to do here. Normal difficulty, and Ranger X is like just really a great game. It has an excellent soundtrack. It's got a pretty cool graphical style. It's got a unique controller layout, which I'll go over here in a second. But we're going to get started on level 1. I'm going to show you a couple of the controls and a couple of the little tips and tricks for level 1, how to beat it. So, you know, this is like a walkthrough. I'm not going to show all the story of the game. You know, if that's something you want to try, definitely go for it, man, because this game is not that hard to beat, and it's definitely a lot of fun. So, as you can see here, you know, we have the mech, which is Ranger X, obviously, and then we also have what's called the X-Up, and that is basically the little skateboard. You can control the skateboard by using the X and the Z buttons back and forth, so that's pretty cool. Even whenever you're not in the mech, you can use the mech. Another cool thing is if you press the down button on the D-pad, you will kind of duck into it, and pressing the up button will get you back out of the X-Up. One thing that's great about the X-Up is it has its own life bar, so if you find yourself in a little bit of trouble and you don't have a whole lot of life left, just, you know, get yourself to the X-Up and get in there, and then you got yourself a whole separate life bar. I kind of like that about this game. Shooting is real simple. You can shoot with the A button to the left and with the C button to the right, so it's a little bit different and a little bit funky to get used to. But also you have a jetpack, and at the top part of the screen you also have the mission objective, what you want to do in this level. So one thing that I forgot to mention is that you can change your weapons whenever you're inside, and you get some weapons as you go in the game. Alright guys, so let's get started with level 1. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Seeker Mines. I have to take out a total of 6 generators in this map. They're green, and I'll show you what one looks like whenever we catch up to one. But basically just drop a bunch of Seeker Mines, and that'll take out the things in your path. I usually just stay out of the X-Up and just kind of ride it skateboard style. This is what I like to call the surf and turf method. You can dodge this guy, and see, I should have taken him out with my Seeker Mines, which I need to switch to. Lay some Seeker Mines down. Oh, off the skateboard there. Not good. That's alright. And that should easily take out that generator. There's the explosions and everything that's going on in this game. It's just pretty nuts. They toss a whole lot of enemies at you, but luckily, at least on this mode, this difficulty, it doesn't seem like the enemies are that powerful. In fact, we're coming up on a healing station here soon. And yep, there's the healing station. Now you can heal both the X-Up, and you can heal Ranger X as well. Alright, so another little hint is when you're in the X-Up, if you hold down the C button, you can track onto your targets. Very helpful in some situations. But once again, laying down some mines and just, yep, you know, just keep laying down mines and keep moving forward. Just slugging through this. There's going to be another generator right past here, and that is the end of level 1. Now we'll be moving on to level 2. And for that, I recommend using the Seeker Mines as well. Alright guys, so this is the stage boss here. Basically what you want to do is get in the X up and just kind of dodge his lasers. He'll start to walk towards you a little bit, but as long as you do enough damage and watch out for that cannon, you should be alright. I'm just holding down C and just trying to dodge bullets the best I can. And that should be it on him. It's pretty simple, you know. Goodbye. Alright, moving on. Another 5 generators to go in this one. What I like to do is start out inside the X up. You gotta take your time on these cannons sometimes, and just, especially in these caverns. But there's these generators, and they basically power the turrets in this level. So throw some seeker mines, and that is the first generator. Little tip with the acid pool down there, if you're on the X up, it won't hurt you, as you can see here. Another generator up top. You're going to want to take this out so that you don't have to deal with the turrets up above. And there's also your first power up there. So also, I want to say that this is the last health generator that you'll come across in the game. They do come in mini power-ups, but this is the last full-size one that you'll get, and you'll need to use it a couple times in this level, at least I do. What I do is I switch to the flamethrower here, and actually I'm going to go Seeker Mines, and drop a couple down that way, destroy that tank, and then this turret up above. Destroy the generator there. This is whenever I switch to the flames, and I go up and to the right. Put as much damage on this guy as possible. Now, the thing about Ranger X is you actually have, you know, the robot is actually based off of solar power, so you need to have solar power in order to you know, have power. The little power bar, power meter below. As you can see in the caves, I just shot out this ceiling, and basically now I can power my mech up. So that's going to be important on this stage. Also, one of the hardest enemies are coming up in this stage. They'll be right here, and using the light destroys them. See those little tadpole things? They're killer. First time I played this game, I had so many problems with them. But they'll just run into the light, they can't go past it, and they'll end up dying. Come on now, you little bugger. And then destroy this generator down here. So always remember that you're gonna need to, you know, be in the sunlight to get yourself some power. That's gonna be important throughout this game. Okay, took out that other generator on the left. Now we're gonna go down. There's some rocks down here. Another thing about the X up, you can actually jump inside of the X up. If you hold the down button, you can see it went down, and the longer you hold it, the higher he'll jump. So a little jump needed to get over this top part and through. Alright, now we're gonna go up top. I'm gonna actually switch to the charge weapon. Go past those tanks, and if you do it just right, which I might not. Yes, I did. Okay, see, if you shoot that rock at the right time, it'll fall on that tank. It'll make your life much easier whenever you're destroying these 2 generators up above. Alright, and moving back down to where my X-up was. Right into it, and that'll take out these turrets here so that you won't have to deal with them. And again, out of the X up on the acid pools, turn and take out this turret. I usually use the tracking on them and just try to kind of dodge these bullets the best I can. Oh, he got me. It's alright. Take that out and switch into seeker mines. Gonna want seeker mines for these guys that are on the floor here. They can be a hassle sometimes, but if you handle them right, there's no problem. And we're gonna move to the right. Watch out for these boulders, and also watch out for those guys. Luckily there's some sunlight on the ceiling to take them out. And you're gonna want to shoot out this boulder here. Watch out for that tadpole creature. I don't know what to call them, tadpoles, yes. Alright, now take out this. Usually there's some tadpoles hidden in it. Yes, of course, 5 of them. Jeez, they brought the whole army. It's alright. A little bit of patience and they will meet their demise. Come on. Alright, moving forward, and now we have to deal with this guy, this machine here. And notice I drove the X up in there so that I can take him out quicker. And basically we are backtracking now to past that acid pool and upwards. But before I do, like I said, I am going to go back and I'm going to heal myself so that I don't die on the next part of this mission. So backtrack the whole way, come over here and heal. That's going to help me towards the later part of the stage. There's usually a lot of enemies surrounding this last one, so got that. I do actually want to get some power as well. And go back up to that spot in the light. Get the power that I need to destroy this last generator. It's always better to go overpowered than underpowered. That's what I figure. So let's go. Alright, coming down into the X up. And over the acid pool. X up is coming. We're going up this way. I'm actually going to switch, not down there, I'm going to switch to the other weapon here. What I'm going to take is this, the charge weapon, yes. That's what I need, and these guys I just really fly through them. So you'll see they'll come, and basically I just push them out of the way. Get over, I drop in this corner and just let them have it. And you have now beaten stage 2, so congratulations. Alright, this stage here, I'm going to stay with the charge. I go on the skateboard, the X up, and basically I'm going to just basically take out these guys as they come forward. I like this stage. It has a really cool perspective in the background that you don't see a lot on the Genesis titles. I really like how they did that. That's a pretty cool little effect that they put on it to really give it some depth. But yeah, so work along these guys. Use the charge. Usually I just back off a little bit, and they do shoot one green charge, but I can usually take it out before it gets to me using the charge weapon. And I'm just taking my time. And here is the boss. So basically I keep using the charge weapon on him, keep backing up, watch out for the missiles, try to get yourself into a spot there. I am making it a little risky. Now this guy shoots a laser and you really want to watch out for that because that thing is powerful. But if you can get into it Also the charge shot, if you hold it down, you can hit him from the top a little bit. But in the last part of him, the last part of the guy, he charges you, and you just kind of come down. Just try not to get hit by him. It's just really a double tap up top. And that should be it. Oof, that was close. Alright. Stage 2 boss completed. So, moving on to the next stage. And this one's cool because instead of having the X up, you have the ship actually. And it'll home in on enemies and attack them from above. But there's a weapon power up down here early on that you're going to want to get. I usually go with Seekers before this, but I'll be fine with the charge until I get the weapon power up, which is the Falcon homing missile. That's not actually what it's called in the manual, but you're going to want that for this stage. So, into the ship, passed it up, there's the homing missile, and those guys that fly in off the screen, that's what you're going to really want them for. The Falcon homing missile will take care of them pretty quickly. There's a lot of generators that you have to take out on this, so just moving as quickly as possible in this stage and taking them all out as fast as possible is what you want to do. And also you want to come up high so that you can get yourself powered back up in the sunlight. As well. Well, this is where crap really starts hitting the fan. This level's not too hard as long as you keep your distance and really use the map. The map is going to be your best friend in this stage here in particular, because then you can kind of see where the turrets are. I think I'm going to have to backtrack to get one, which will take me a little bit of time, but I'm going to take out all the ones to the right first before I even start backtracking. I have no power left right now, so that's not good. What I want to do is just kind of hover up top, get myself some power, and come down and attack this generator. Now once that one's done, up through the air and repower up. Alright, I've got one turret to go and it is back. Or not turret, a generator. One more generator, one more target, as they call them in the game. So backtrack. You can see the arrow is pointing me up top to where I need to go. Oh, he was way at the beginning. There it is, the first one, of course. Alright. And that's level 3, stage 3. We'll move on to the boss. For the boss, you actually want the charge shot. So I'm going to switch to that. I do best with that on him. Moving forward. You want to shoot him in the eye. And you gotta watch out because he shoots things out of his tentacles up top. The first part of this boss, you kind of want to take your time. Let his eye fully open so that you can kind of really get enough shots off on him. And you switch to the back side here. Same thing. He's gonna start shooting on that side. Eye will open again. Patiently just taking them out. Move back a little bit. And switch over to the other side. It's pretty simple in this phase. Sometimes I get a little greedy though. And then one more time, I'm going to fly over. He's about halfway. And alright. So the next part, he's going to turn into a brain, and you want to use the right and left side of the screen, and you definitely want to use the charge shot on him. I usually get them in the upper part of the screen. Just like that. Watch out for those bubbles. They hurt you. They are not good bubbles. They're not nice bubbles. But that's it. That's how you beat the stage 3 boss. Not too hard, as long as you have the right power-ups equipped. This is the tower stage, what I like to call the tower stage. I go with a charge on this as well. There is one power-up that you're going to need to get in this, and basically it's hidden in one of these glass panels here on the side. You can see on the right side of the screen. I'm destroying these glass panels. You're going to want to do that because it's hidden in one of them, and it's random. As far as I know, it's random every time it drops. And then you want to just keep climbing up, and that first generator that I destroyed is the target that you want to take out. I noticed that whenever you're close to him with the charge shot, it usually takes him out quicker. So that's what I'll basically be doing. And that little platform to the left is going to be important to climb up this, but destroy the generator first. And I'm hurting on life. Hopefully I can get through this. Those mines are killing me. Might lose a life here, but that'll be alright. I need to get up to the next section. I think there's life up there. Ah, you got me. Alright. So we lost our first life there. That's alright though. Still plenty more game to come. Now I didn't get the power up yet, and I really want to show that to you guys, and it's an important power up as well. It's the laser. So like I said, just taking out all these windows, hoping that the power up's in there. I might have to go down a level. Yeah, I might have to go down a level. I think it is down a level. Let me just check, just in case, because I feel like there it is. Okay, so maybe it is in the same spot every time, but that's the laser power up. You are going to need that. Stick to the left here. You're gonna use this platform to regain a little bit of boost, and then the next generator should be coming up here. Now I don't really worry about the windows. There's the extra health, the small generator, because I've got the power up, so I don't really need to worry about the windows anymore. About destroying those. Alright, and one more generator to go. Here it is. Come on now. There we go. And that is the end of the stage there. Now the next boss isn't too difficult. I use the Seeker. So, and you also have help with the ship above. Go with the Seeker and take out these guys. The boss is actually in the middle, but he's surrounded by these things. These these guys that are like shooting out mortars. So the boss is down the middle, so I always take out the guys that are shooting mortars first, just so that they don't hit me. Basically, you go down in here and you duck and you shoot. You gotta watch out for that ball though, that little pink ball. You wanna hop to the other side and shoot. Unfortunately, the Seeker's not very helpful there, so I am going to switch. I'm going to show you guys the laser real quick. We'll destroy him on the laser maybe, as long as it powers up before he's ready to die. Because the laser's cool, it's the most powerful weapon in the game, but it's basically overpowered. So here, I'm going to use it real quick. And that's how you just destroy them. You decimate them with a laser. That's what you do. Alright, coming up on the next stage here. Alright, so this is one of the harder stages. You have your ship with you again. I'm going to switch over to the charge shot. It's probably the most useful on this. Or at least what I found most useful. Basically, there's going to be 8 targets to take out on this level, and there's also this power up down here, which is actually going to be the one I switched to for this stage. Also, you gotta watch out for those lights. Those lights, see those lights that are coming? They spawn these ships that are behind me. The only way you can really get rid of them is with your homing tracking laser on the ship. So really you want to take your time and try not to get hit by those, because those hurt. They hurt, man, they hurt. Okay, there's another light. I'm gonna try my best not to get seen by him. And that's the first target right there. Fly up in here. Alright, destroyed target 1. Now I'm hurting on life. There is some health down here, which is going to be helpful. Don't have much power. There's the next target. It's usually why I like using the charge shot, actually. I'm gonna switch to the charge. It takes just way less power, and you can just you can destroy this enemy's shots that he shoots at you as projectiles. So what I like to do is just kind of keep him at distance and just kind of destroy it like that. Alright, dropping down. There's another one. Nice. Okay. Now there is some extra health coming up on another target. And should have got him. Okay, the other... Darn, they keep throwing them at me. Where'd he go? Come on. Where'd he go? Did we get him? Oh, there he is. Hiding, of course. Okay. So you really gotta watch out for this light up here. It's gonna come over. I'm gonna get past that. I'm gonna dip into this one. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna go over. This will give me some more life that I'm really in need of right now. Of course, it gave me like nothing. I'm wondering if they give you more depending on how powered up you are. Alright guys, sorry about that. I lost the stream real quick. I lost the video going on here. So we're back and we're on board. Back and up around those guys, go down. because we're gonna be moving. I'm gonna make it here. Not gonna. Alright, no health left. It's gonna be hard. Gotta watch the light. Alright. I know there's gonna be another guy in here. No health down there. Just gonna pass those two guys. Oh man, I'm dead. I am dead. I am just gonna go up for the health and just hope for the best. Ah, and there's the health too, of course. Right whenever I needed it. Alright? That's fine. I'll keep it there. Use it right now. 3 targets left to go. And I think all 3 of them are going to be in here. Shouldn't be too hard at this point. Oh boy. Spot the light. Down and around. And of course another health. I really botched this stage. Take out the rest of the targets. 1 left to go. And there he is. Come on. Whew, that was shaky for that stage, I must say, and there's a lot harder stuff coming up too. For this boss, definitely use the laser. Gonna move the whole way to the right, and you know he has no chance if you just use the laser on him. The thing about the laser is it needs to be powered up. In order for you to use it, you have to have full power. But it is definitely handy on bosses. Just like that. Take off half of his health. I usually just hover towards the back. Try to dodge these fireballs and put as many shots in on them as I can. While my power juices up. And once that happens, game over for him. Not too hard of a boss at all. So that's how you beat him. Laser, laser, laser. And on this next stage, you see that I switched to the Seeker Mines. What you're gonna want to use. Seeker Mine, drop a couple. These guys with the shields, just run into them a bunch and send them flying through the air, and just keep dropping Seeker Mines. This is, I think it is the last stage here. These guys, I get into the X up and I just drive past them basically. They don't turn around for you. They're just a one-time enemy. Now, this guy's pretty tough. Do usually switch to this weapon here and use that on him. In fact, I use this actually a lot on this stage. This one is a tricky part. You're gonna want to hop over and stand up on the X-up without hitting the mines. Do it right. Which I didn't, and you fly over the top. Try not to hit the roof like I did. And that's what the target looks like. He's pretty tough too. As you can see there, he's pretty much destroying me. I accidentally used the laser on him. That didn't help. Usually this does pretty good. Charge shot. And you can see that the X-up is down there, mauling those dudes up. Hopefully I can do this with the lives I have. When you hit 200,000 points, you get an extra life. This part here, jumping the X up and you come up top here. Use your C shot, but watch out for those projectiles that come out afterwards. And that way you can get through this area. Then I'm gonna use charge shot on this guy. Friends. That's the method. I'm going to stay in my X-up as much as possible because I do not have much life left. These things on the ceiling, watch out for their projectiles. These guys up top don't really do anything. Anything to really worry about. I usually just go past them, like I said. Alright, this part's a little bit tricky. I might lose life here. Hopefully, just hit him. Almost. Ah, and he got me. Well, luckily I have plenty of lives, and that's what extra lives are made for in video games, right? Moments like these, and you're not doing the best playing the game. Alright, this part here, get off the X-up, go up, not inside there, shoot this thing, drop down, shoot that other one, go up, and of course, once again, there's the health. So this part here, I usually drive the X-up over and let it fire that way, and then you have that health there. These things are hard to dodge. Just try your best to back off of them. Also, you've got the stage boss, of course, shooting at you in the background, which never helps. X up, take these guys out, and keep moving forward. Come on. Alright, get out the way. Alright, this section here, it's hard. Once again, dodge the mines like I'm not doing. This part, fly through the middle. And then we've got these guys to deal with. As well as the boss in the background. He is the last target. Yes, we'll just use that. Thank you. Take that life. It's always nice. Next up, can't get in here. That's okay. I'm going to use the laser power up on him as well. Just hopefully save some time here. Really, you want to be shooting for that cannon up top. Watch the missiles down below. Oh yeah, really destroyed him. Out for this little homing guy. Comes out. Not much longer. I'll have the laser. It'll be game over for this boss. Time for the final boss. Alright, good night. Just like that. Alright, and here comes the final boss. He's actually inside of that little thing there. You want to move your way to the bottom, but dodge his lasers. He can get tough. And as long as you take your time on him, you're good. And same with this boss. I'm just going to use the laser on him, and that'll be game over. Alright, and you may think that there's no X up, but it will come. Not that you really need the X up on this. I mean, you'll have the power needed with the laser to really destroy this guy. But it's always good to have that extra health bar, like I said. Put all that into him, and then sometimes I do go in the X up actually to get away from the shots. Keep powering up. Oh boy. Alright, he's gonna take a couple more shots. Here's the second one. In your face. Oh. He's blocking me, so. Not good, not good. Hopefully I can get him here. He might take 4 shots. Usually I get him by 3. But he's gonna take 4. Oh, and he got me. Alright, that's it. That's it. No more playing around. Finish him off with a big old laser to the face. Send him packing. Oh, didn't even get the laser off. Alright, and that's it, guys. That's the game right there. Congratulations. You know, you just beat Ranger X if you followed along with this walkthrough. Or thanks for checking out the video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll show the ending. I guess I should have said spoiler alerts ahead, but yeah, that's the ending, and that is Ranger X, one of my favorite games on the Sega Genesis.